How ancient civilizations managed water in desert shade. You ever wondered how ancient civilizations survived, let alone thrived in some of the harshest deserts on Earth? Imagine blistering heat, endless sand, and barely a drop of rain for months. Yet, thousands of years ago, brilliant societies not only lived in these environments, they built cities, cultivated crops, and raised mighty empires. How? Through one of the most vital and innovative pursuits in human history, mastering water. In this video, we're diving deep into the forgotten secrets of desert survival, showcasing how ancient people across the globe ingeniously managed water. From the predictable flooding of the Nile to the hidden rain catches of Petra, from Persian canals to the sunken cisterns of the Maya, these civilizations understood something we're still struggling with today: how to live in harmony with scarce resources. Get ready to be amazed by the engineering marvels of 6 ancient civilizations. And if you're passionate about lost knowledge, timeless wisdom, and jaw-dropping history, hit that subscribe button and join us as we explore humanity's brilliant past. Egyptians. In the heart of North Africa, ancient Egypt bloomed like a lotus in the desert. The secret: the mighty Nile River. To the Egyptians, the Nile was more than a water source, it was the heartbeat of their civilization. Every year, the river would flood predictably, depositing rich silt along its banks. This phenomenon turned barren desert into fertile farmland. But the Egyptians didn't leave their fate to nature. They engineered an extensive irrigation system. Using simple yet effective tools like the shadaf, a lever with a bucket, they lifted water into canals that stretched across farmlands. They developed basin irrigation, creating enclosed plots that trapped floodwaters, soaking the soil slowly. Another genius innovation: the Nilometer. This stone structure measured the Nile's water levels. Priests used it to forecast crop yields, collect taxes, and prepare for drought or abundance. Visualize this: palm-lined canals weaving through golden sands, water flowing gently into crops of barley and flax, and workers tending fields while temples rise in the distance. Water wasn't just about survival, it was spiritual. The Nile was sacred, tied to gods like Hapi and Osiris. Managing water was a divine act. In a land where it barely rained, Egypt's civilization blossomed for over 3,000 years, all thanks to their mastery of the desert's most elusive resource. Mesopotamians now journey east to the land between 2 rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq and parts of Syria, was the cradle of civilization. But this wasn't a lush paradise. Summers were scorching, and rainfall was erratic. So how did cities like Uruk and Babylon flourish? The answer lies in canals. The Mesopotamians built vast networks to divert river water to their fields. Using gravity, they channeled water across miles of arid land. They designed sluices, gates, and levees to control flow and reduce flooding. They also pioneered urban water management. Cities featured reservoirs, drainage systems, and public fountains. Ziggurats, massive step temples, were often near water sources, symbolizing the importance of life-giving liquid. But it wasn't all success. Over-irrigation caused salinization, salt buildup in soil, which eventually reduced agricultural productivity. Some historians believe this ecological misstep contributed to the fall of Sumerian civilization. Still, Mesopotamia's innovations laid the groundwork for modern irrigation. Their clay tablets record rainfall, river levels, and crop data, proof that even in the desert, data-driven planning was key. Nabateans, Petra carved into rose-red cliffs in modern Jordan, is Petra, a city that seemed impossible in the heart of the Arabian desert. But the Nabateans, a nomadic tribe turned empire, knew how to make water work for them. Petra received less than 6 inches of rain per year. Yet it had gardens, pools, fountains, and supported a population of 20,000. How? The Nabateans engineered a rainwater harvesting system. They carved cisterns, channels, and underground reservoirs into stone. When rare rains fell, water was captured and stored efficiently. They built dams and diversion tunnels, guiding runoff into storage tanks. Their pipes had filters to reduce sediment. Every drop was precious. Water was not just functional, it was economic. Petra was a trade hub, and Nabateans sold water to passing caravans, turning their desert mastery into wealth. Imagine standing in the SIQ. Petra's narrow entrance, as rain flows through hidden ducts into massive underground tanks, an ancient plumbing marvel invisible to enemies. The Nabateans proved that with planning, even the harshest deserts can become sanctuaries. Mayans in the jungles of Mesoamerica. The Maya civilization faced a different kind of water challenge. Despite lush surroundings, Their cities like Tikal and Palenque were built on elevated limestone with little access to surface water, and when drought struck, they were devastating. To survive, the Maya built Cholton's flask-shaped underground reservoirs lined with plaster to collect rainwater. Cities had intricate canal systems guiding water from rooftops into communal storage. In places like Tikal, they constructed massive reservoirs with sand filtration layers, an early form of water purification. Water was central to Maya cosmology. Caves and cenotes were seen as portals to the underworld, and rain gods like Chark were worshipped fervently. As droughts intensified, some cities collapsed, while others adapted. The Maya story is a powerful reminder of the importance and vulnerability of water resilience. Iranian qanats. In the deserts of Persian modern Iran, ancient engineers developed one of the most sustainable water systems ever, the qanat. Qanats are gently sloping underground tunnels that tap into mountain aquifers and bring water to surface-level farms and villages. The genius: they minimize evaporation by keeping water underground. Constructing qanats required precise math, surveying, and labor. Vertical shafts were dug every few meters to access the tunnel and remove debris. These systems could stretch for kilometers and support entire cities. Cities like Yazd and Gonabad still use them today, over 2,000 years later. Qanats were community managed, passed down through generations. They allowed for year-round agriculture in bone-dry climates without damaging the water table. Persian gardens, with their fountains and shaded trees, were made possible by qanats, a fusion of beauty and sustainability. Ancestral pueblos. In the arid American Southwest, the ancestral pueblos, often called Anasazi, built cliff dwellings, trade routes, and sophisticated water systems. Places like Chaco Canyon saw limited rainfall, so the pueblos constructed canals, check dams, and catchment basins to guide runoff to fields. They used terracing to slow erosion and increase soil moisture. Their homes were often oriented to maximize shade and preserve water stored in pottery jars. Chaco's infrastructure suggests a society highly organized around water. Massive road networks may have helped manage seasonal flow. Eventually, environmental stress, including drought, led to migrations, but their innovations still inspire desert farming techniques today. Conclusion: across continents and centuries, one truth remains: water is life, but in the desert, it's everything. Ancient civilizations understood this deeply, whether through the Nile's rhythms, Petra's hidden reservoirs, or Persia's silent qanats. They turned scarcity into abundance with creativity, cooperation, and reverence. Today, as we face global droughts and water shortages, their lessons are more relevant than ever. Sustainable systems, respect for natural cycles, and local knowledge can guide our future. If you found these stories inspiring, hit that subscribe button. Join us as we rediscover the forgotten genius of the past and find hope for tomorrow in the wisdom of ancient minds. Thanks for watching.